Just think about phobia. I want to make an example,
Okay.
if I can.
Sure, of course.
When I said before that we perceive the world with external, internal stimuli and the memory,
Mm-hmm.
our brain normally collects all this data, and inside of the brain, it realizes a sort of simulation of the world.
Okay.
So just think about it. You never perceive the world as it is. You only perceive the world as it is simulated into your brain. It's always mediated by your senses.
Mm-hmm.
So you are now perceiving a simulation, which is called a predictive model. You use the predictive model to understand if the world is positive or negative. You use the predictive model to catch opportunities on avoid dangers, obviously. But these predictive models, the way that you build these predictive models, can lead to some issues. For example, phobias. So based on your previous experiences, you can, for example, be scared by spiders. No?
Of course.
And the spiders could be absolutely not dangerous, but you're scared by spiders. And this is dependent on your predictive model, because in your brain, in the simulation that you created about spiders,
Mm-hmm.
spiders are very dangerous. They're big and fast, and they are scary. So virtual reality has been used to treat phobias. How? Because if your predictive model comes from the experience, you can provide a digital experience that helps you better cope with that problem. For example, helps you get in touch with the digital spiders,
Mm-hmm.
be in a safe way. No, so it's not a real spider. You can touch a digital spider, you can approach a spider, and you can get used. You can recalibrate your predictive model. This is very important.
Whoa.
Just like you can rewrite some words of your simulation. And in this way, when you come back to reality, you are not so afraid by spiders because your brain has been a little bit reprogrammed thanks to virtual reality. This is another application. There are a lot of applications.
So in the health industry, basically, you can help people like yourself, the creating a game for pain management, but other
Sure.
coping mechanisms for people in the, let's assume, ER or in intensive care. But at the same time, you can use it for clinical studies in terms of psychology and, like you said, phobias and
Absolutely.
many of the things that we probably aren't even thinking about it right now. Even training in surgeons, you can see when are making the right cut. You can see where you're doing stuff like this, right?
Exactly. You can do that. And remember, you can do that remotely. You can do that immediately in real time from China to US remotely. And you can help people reduce drastically the cost of the education because you can offer that experience not to one or to a limited group of students. You can do that to thousands or millions of students watching that content, for example, or experiencing that content. This is the revolution of education.
When do you think, honestly speaking, when do you think this might start becoming more mainstream? Do you think that now with the companies being able to create their own unhelped, untooled headsets, do you think this will become more in the mainstream, or do you think we're still a lot of years out of the?
So, when I said virtual reality started in the 50s, and its evolution in time was a continuously wave, not positive and bad moments. And the new revolution, the new wave, started in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2017, the last year, people started to be a little bit bored because of the huge headsets wired to expensive computers. No? And a lot of people started to say, maybe virtual reality is not going to be mainstream because of those headsets, wired, expensive, blah, blah, blah. But so the selling of the virtual reality a little bit decreased in time. And now, as I said, it's the real year of the development of virtual reality because thanks to the headset, the virtual reality standalone headset, you can bring the headset everywhere. You are mobile. Okay, you are mobile. You can be nomad, etc., etc. So I think that now it depends from how technology will be improved in time, but maybe in 2-3 years virtual reality as a standalone technology would become very mainstream in every field, 2-3 years, based on my experience.
Let's hope so. I mean, all the things that you just told me are very optimistic views of the applications of VR. So honestly, I think that's a great